Hello, my friends. I just finished reading Godzilla 70th Anniversary Special from IDW, and I want to talk to you about it. Before I do, let's just appreciate how sick this cover is. I actually changed the background on my phone to this thing because I thought it was so cool. That is just dope. But this whole thing's a anthology, and I loved a whole lot of the stories in here. This is the full creative team. I loved a lot of the stories in here, but a couple of these were pretty awful. So I felt that kind of soured it overall. But man, the good stories are so good. And that starts out with this first one here, which is the half-century boar. And the same dude who did the Half-Century War, which is one of the coolest Godzilla comics ever. This was a great short, and as you can see, beautifully detailed artwork, which is what this guy's really known for, is this distinctive style. But great sense of humor, excellent action, and just sick monster fights. It's good stuff. I very much enjoyed this, and I hope if any future editions of Half-Century War Collected, they slip in this short little bit in here, because it's wonderful. This story right here had absolutely wonderful artwork, Contagion, and a fairly decent idea or premise of what was going on. I really dig this mosquito monster and the idea of it spreading a plague, but the story was pretty flat, and I guess that's deliberate, because it hints at the fact that the whole comic itself is just a dream, which happens twice in this comic, but this one feels hollow, whereas the other one felt very charming. But I still enjoyed reading this because I really like the depiction of the monster, and the fights were pretty cool, as you can see. Like the mosquito idea, that's real neat. This one right here, though, I did not like it. The artwork was real pretty. This one, Gods and Con Artists. The artwork's real pretty. It's a decent premise, but all the just like the dialogue boxes and the text, so everything written was terrible, but the artwork was really good looking, and the pacing of the scenes within the art were really well done. So very mixed on that. But then we get this one right here. This short was absolutely beautiful. It's like a poem with this artwork here, In the Shadow of a God. This is wonderful, and just look at this double-page spread. That's like so freaking sick. That's like so God's. Yeah, I love that so much. This was probably my favorite, if not second favorite, short story in this anthology. This is really good, and we have this beautiful poetic story about this girl finding this little troglodyte and trying to save it. And it just looks so cool. This one right here, In the Darkness, is the other one where it's, spoilers, all just a dream, but you get it right away, and it's intentional. And you can see this kid's going upstairs after talking to his mom and going to sleep, and he's kind of having some sort of dream, nightmare, imagination scenario with the monster. And then at the end of the comic, you know, it's real cute. We get this great fight with Jet Jaguar shows up, they tussle, and then it's his mom waking him up, and he fell asleep playing with his toys. It was very charming. I like that one quite a bit. This one was pretty good. The big one, I really like this slug monster a lot. All the monsters look really cool in here, and the people are really well done. I really like the expressions that we see on their faces. It gets almost like horror story type of vibes with everyone getting picked off and just the horrific scenarios of everything going on. But it was real cool, and I love the army showing up at the end and saving the day, and the last page with this reflection and the whole story of him and his family and not giving up on his town. I thought this short story was really well done, and I liked it a whole lot. This one I would say was probably the most middle of the road. Like I felt so neutral about it that that's worse than not even liking it. Really, it was. This one's kind of set in a western town, and these girls have their own little lady town set up where they do some stuff, and then these rustlers come into town and fight them off with Mothra. And it's alright, but I don't love the art style, and they didn't really hook me with any of the characters or the setup of what was going on, or why we really care about these ladies in the first place. They just kind of say, this is where they live, and then these dudes show up. But this one right here, in Summation, I think this was my favorite story within this book. But that other one was really good too. But this one right here hit all the perfect Godzilla vibes for me. It had a wonderful, unique art style. The story took itself seriously while also appreciating the more ridiculous nature of the genre. And it had that classic bittersweet moment you get with Godzilla and him being on a completely different level with humanity. And this page is just so cool. So let's just linger on it a little bit longer. Heck, just pause it. That is so good looking. I love this. But yeah, this story hit perfectly. I loved this one so much. This one right here, though, which is such a shame that this is kind of what it leaves off on. This Aftermath was absolutely awful. I did not. I almost got to the point where I wanted to skip dialogue and just rush through, but I wasn't gonna let myself do that because I wanted to, read the full comic. But I just did not get anything from this at all, and it's just like, give me a break. I found everything just kind of over the top, and like I don't know, I can't even put words in it. Just read the thing, and I think you'll see where my eyes rolling on every single bit of the pages. But I would suggest not reading it instead. But still, I would definitely pick up this book because, well, here's some ads in the back. I'm just flipping through it. But, this cover, look at that. And there's some other really cool covers available, too. This is the A cover, which I usually try and grab anyway. But I just think this is the sickest thing ever. That's such a good depiction of Godzilla. But there are some really great stories in here, and they really outshine the bad ones. This one is phenomenal, and it's just so much fun getting to dive back into that world, because I just assumed, that's a complete self-contained story, and I can just reread it and enjoy it. But like, it's kind of mind-blowing getting thrown back into that world and having a fresh story come at you after so long. So I really enjoyed that. That was a fun one. And again, I don't mean to be too hard on this one. It was, like I said, it was gorgeous, and I love the basic premise. Just a lot of the dialogue in this one just felt like everything felt like something was off, and then that something was off was all a dream, which kind of excuses the shortcomings of the story. But I think that kind of makes it even worse. But I really like the monster and the concept of it, so I still enjoyed the heck out of it. And yeah, all the good in this book far outweighs any bad that I have to say about it. And overall, this was a kick-ass anthology, and I between this and the Mecha Godzilla anniversary special they released, I'm really pleased, and I can't wait to see what comes down the road. So yeah, thanks for talking about Godzilla with me for a bit.